Hey guys, this is not my typical video. I'm on vacation here in Hilton Head, playing a brand new course that opened a couple months ago. It's a little rough. I played it yesterday. Great course. It's called the Graveyard here in Hilton Head. It is play with your honest and pay right there. They want you to donate. I did. Great course. Gave them some dollars to make this a even better course. It is made on an old golf course. Everybody knows in Hilton Head they're known for all their ball golf courses, but this is it. This is the parking lot. It's very rough, guys, so I'll go over that, but we'll play and show you all the holes starting right at the parking lot. Hole 1, we'll walk over, check it out. All right, guys, hole 1 is a par 3, 314 feet. Tee pads, they're still a work in progress here. Some are short, some are better. Like this is one of their better tee pads. But the first hole is through this gap, all the way right there. Just a straight shot through that gap. Let's see how we do. And from the short tee, we already got some nature, a couple squirrels having breakfast. All right, guys, had a good drive. Hole 1, good start, parked it. Hole 2, par 3, 296. Tee box is on one of the old cart paths, and it goes, basket's right there. It's a short one. I guess you can go around this with a sidearm. You could try to go straight with a short shot, a low shot, but you could try that. And let's see how we do. Starting off good. I actually used the putter and went through the short gap versus doing the hyzer route or the sidearm route. So I'm starting off the round good. Just want to let you know, this is how new this course is. Every basket isn't permanently installed. So that's one thing they should get permanently installed. Again, there are, in this day and age, unfortunately, I hate to say it, that people could steal these real easy, and I don't want to see that. Brand new course, great disc catcher baskets. All right, to hole 3. All right, hole 3, par 3, 219 feet from the pad. Pad's pretty good, elevated pad, so you got to watch out. And then straight through the trees, and you can see the basket right there. Hole 3, shot another nice one. Just want to let you know, for a short hole though, cart path is OB. So if you go long, which is easy, you're going to take a stroke penalty and probably just get a par. There's another birdie. As we walk to hole 4, just to let you know, there is good signage. They do have a lot of arrows pointing you in the right direction so you don't get lost. And then again, going up to hole 4, par 4, 497, small tee box. Again, one of the things, it's a rough course, they're still getting things going. But this is a fun little hole, guys, because you got to go through that gap without hitting an early tree, and you can just see the basket over there. So you want to get through this gap. I like the gap right there to the right of that big pine tree. Get out in the open, and then you have a short putter shot if everything goes well. All right, I hit a first available tree in the gap. Kicked me in the open, but I do have a longer shot than I want. Basket's tucked in right there. I'm sorry, didn't see it. Another nature moment. Got 2 bunnies right here, just hanging out. They're not moving because they're not wanting me to see them. All right, I turned it over a little bit. Basket's right through this gap. Should be able to still get my par. Hole 5, par 3, 413. Nice little tee pad, raised. We got another nature moment, another rabbit right there in the fairway eating grass. And it's a nice little gap. You have water on the side right here. On the other side of that tree, there's water. And you just want to hit the gap. 413 uphill. I'm going for par. It's out of my reach. So See how I do. All right, that's where first shot is. Again, that's a long birdie putt. I'm not gonna get it, just gonna play it safe, get my par. Hole 6, par 3, 336. Your tee box, raised again. And from the tee, it's kind of blind, but if you step over to the left, the pin's right on the left or the right side, right there. See how we do. And when you walk down this hole, you don't realize you got OB on the left, OB pond, gross pond on the right. So you need a straight tunnel shot that finishes to the right. I threw mine straight. A good sidearm shot if you have it, and I don't. As you can see, grass needs to be mowed. You'll see this a lot. This is the only problem with this course right now. It's still a little rough. Once they mow every day, every week, this course could be a really nice, enjoyable place and a tournament course. All right, so this is where I lay. Another long bid at birdie. Hole 7, par 3, 364. Tee pad right here. You gotta hit this gap. This is a tricky little shot because if you bail out left, that cart path is OB and it runs the whole left side. And then if you go deep, it's thick and you're probably gonna take a bogey. And if you go too deep, there's water on the other side of that. So again, you wanna throw a pretty decent, flat, straight shot. Good drive, little short outside or just outside. I swear there's a rabbit on every hole. Another nature moment. All right, I made that putt. Good distance putt for me. Off to hole 8. Hole 8, par 3, 313. They're utilizing cart path for a tee pad, which is nice. Get more grip. And you got a couple gaps that you can go through. Basket it's a hyzer into the basket right there. You can go through that gap or the wide gap. See how we do. All right, had a good shot. Inside circle. Hole 9, par 5, 734 feet down a golf fairway. You want to throw it as far as possible, and then you got to hit another good far shot, and then hopefully have a short under 100 approach to get your birdie. Tee pad needs some work. It's right there. I'm gonna throw off the grass because I don't trust this mat. Other than that, good. Needs some mowing, like I said, but again, they started mowing the other field, the last hole. That wasn't mowed yesterday, so again, little upkeep, and this course is awesome. All right, not a really good drive, but it pinched me off. You really want to be more on the left side of the fairway because you want to hit this gap right here. This is your next thing because the basket is up on the right hand side over there. You can see it. Still got the potential to hit birdie. Just got to not throw it in there. That's where water is. It gets a little tighter and then it gets a little thicker over there with a cart path that's OB. So got to keep it in the fairway. All right, gonna take a stroke penalty. I went out of bounds. Basket's there. So I'm throwing 4 right now. Hopefully I can get a nice up and down and still get my... All right, good upshot. I'm gonna get my par. But it's a really easy birdie. So that's missed opportunity by throwing it over out of bounds. Hole 10, par 3, 339. Again, they're utilizing the cart path and low ceiling, a lot of sunlight, and you go straight over and you can see it between the trees over there, right there, right. So yeah, so you, again, utilizing the tee pad and low ceiling, lots of sun in your eyes, and the hole is right there between those 2 trees. All right, not as close as I wanted. Yesterday I parked it, but it's still inside the circle. Wish I had a tripod, guys, because I just made that putt. Not the hardest putt, but I'm not the greatest putter, but birdie. Hole 11, par 3, 236. Raised tee pad. And off the tee, you really can't see it. To the left of this little gap, you can do a little anhyzer putter, or I can see a sidearm line. I don't think you have a hyzer line with the low Spanish moss hanging down. So I'm gonna take the straight line. All right, here it is. Let's see if I can do this filming. Birdie. Hole 12, par 3, 307. Again, work in progress tee pad. I'm sure they'll get that figured out. And you want to toss it straight and have it hyzer out. Basket's over there. Past those. So just a straight shot, not hit the low-lying tree limbs, and you should have a putt for birdie. So I unfortunately did not have a good shot here. I'm gonna par it, but birdie is gonna be really hard. I just hung it out way too right, so I didn't have enough chance to get back to the hole. Hey guys, another nature moment. There's a deer in the fairway. There is so much nature on this course. It's almost worth just going to this course to see all the nature. Let's see how close we can get to this guy. There he goes. Nice white tail. There he jumps, and he's gone. All right, guys, off to hole 13, par 3, 376. We got a nicer tee pad here, straight through this little gap, which is a double mando. They've got arrows going both ways, so you have to go through this little gap. Gap's wide, shouldn't have any problems. And then the basket is straight ahead. You can see it in the woods over there. We may see that deer again because that's where the deer ran off to. All right, guys, I found the rest of the deer. Middle of the fairway. I don't know if I'm gonna get a good shot or pretty far away. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whitetail in the middle of the fairway. Such a gorgeous sight. See if I can get a little closer. They're all looking at me too, you can see it. Glad I came out today. Besides this being a great course, I love seeing all the nature. Look at these guys. They're all looking at me saying, leave us alone. All right, guys, I'll leave you alone. All right, I hyzered out a little too early. And unfortunately, my putt, it looks like that. It's tucked between the two trees. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna be making birdie here. All right, hole 14, par 4, 480. It's kind of tweener. I don't have 480, but a pro could get eagle pretty quick, easily. If you see that low-hanging tree with the Spanish moss right between that leaning tree, that's where the basket is. All right, that's what I have left. Basket straight ahead. I'm glad I didn't get caught. If you get caught under that, you won't really have a good shot if you're way over here. So I got past it. Not the greatest shot by me, but should be an easy up and down for birdie. Hole 15, par 4, 640. Off the nice tee box, raised. It's a straight 2 shots all the way up there. Thing you got to worry about is it pinches off. You can see the cart path there, and then there's a cart path to the right. Anything left of the cart path or right of the cart path on the right side is OB. All right, had a nice drive, but I want to be more on the left-hand side of this hole because of those trees. The hole is straight through, but low hanging. I'm gonna have to do a sidearm or a hyzer around and see how well I do. All right, throwing 3, hit the tree. So throwing 3, probably a little sidearm to the basket, not too far from it. Again, OB to the left. Hole 16, par 3, 291. One of their work in progress tee pads. All right, You see nothing, that pine tree, you got to do a sidearm or a late flip, or just throw it straight and have a long putt. It is actually, I think you can see the basket right there. It's through that gap, but you're not gonna be throwing at that gap. So let's see how we do. So as we walk the fairway of hole 16, it may be short, but you got water on the right, water on the left is OB. So you need to throw it long enough. All right, guys, hole 16, fairway. More rabbits, one there, one there. Again, the nature here is amazing. They must have 1 million rabbits here. Look at this little guy. They're not afraid of us either. Not a bad toss, especially when you're throwing that way, coming in from here. So I get a long outside circle putt for birdie. Hole 17, par 5, 638. Got a nice raised tee pad here. And the first shot is just throw it as long as you can and keep it in the fairway. And then the next shot's gonna be into the woods on the right. And hopefully you can get your birdie. All right, guys, not the best drive. You either wanna hit this gap and hyzer out. The basket's over here between those two gaps, which is very low laying. If you have a good sidearm, probably the sidearm route would work best, but I don't have a good sidearm, so I'm gonna be trying to take on that route. Really low, gonna have to get a nice skip to flare towards the basket. Didn't throw it wide enough and hit that branch. Again, it's low lying, as you can see. Basket's right there. I should be able to get up and down for par. Hole 18, par 3, 243, and again, more rabbits. See the little guy? There's rabbits all over this course. It is amazing. Oh, there he is, eating. Doesn't care about me. But anyway, getting back to the hole, it's just a gap shot, straight gap. Tee pad, work in progress, but all right, let's finish up strong. Had a good drive. Again, let's see if I can putt while filming. Let's do putt while filming. There it is. Ended up 10 down for the day. Good round. Again, guys, great course. Got to check it out. Again, the Graveyard in Hilton Head, South Carolina. All right, guys, again, concluding a great round at the Graveyard disc golf course in Hilton Head, South Carolina. It is on Disc U. It is accurate. Again, it is a donation course. So again, if you want to play this course, please use this URL and give as much as you can just so they can keep this course up and alive, because it is the only 18-hole disc golf course on the island in Hilton Head. So if you're here on vacation, check it out, guys. This is a worthwhile experience. A lot of nature, great. The tee pads are in work, but great shot selection. If you have a big arm, you should score very well here. Again, thanks for watching.